Hello, Tracy Huff here, the Confidence Coach with Family Martial Arts Academy, and I am so glad that you're here for this presentation. So you are here because you want to learn how to promote self-esteem and build confidence in your kids, and that is pretty amazing. It's something that we do, and I love to do, which is why I am a martial artist. 10 tips for successful parenting, specifically in the scope of what can you do to help your kids be more confident. So first and foremost, number one, begin with the end in mind. If you've ever read Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you'll know that you have to know where you want to end before you even begin it. So how do you do that with your kids? Think about the ideal outcome. What kind of young adult do you want? Do you want them to be kind, compassionate? Do you want them to be goal-oriented? What are you looking for to have your kids? And then set up opportunities to help them develop those traits. Okay? 2, develop your own skills. If you're not growing, then you're not going to be able to help your kids grow. And the great thing about being a parent is your relationship continues to change with them as they change and grow. And sometimes it's challenging on a lot of levels, but it's something that we definitely have to keep up with. So if you're feeling inadequate or you're concerned about passing on lessons from your childhood that are not what you want for your child, YouTube is amazing. Google is amazing. We have a free resource library that you can use. Take some time for yourself and develop some new skills and highlight those things and make the changes in yourself that you want to see in your kids. Now, if you want to get to our Access Library, you can go to this bit.ly link right here. It's completely free. You'll have to register, but we've got ebooks and mini courses on parenting tips, tricks, and hacks, and we've got personal development, professional development, leadership, anything that I've run across that I either needed when I was raising my boys, who are now young men, or anything that I see coming up on the mat pretty consistently with all of our students. So check it out there. It's completely free. Register, and you can take advantage of those things as well. So number 3, choose your battles wisely. Rome was not built in a day, so decide the one area you really want to address, like chores or homework, and then focus on that until you see success. Once you see success, it'll build upon itself. So pick the one that's the most important to you in the beginning. Then you will be able to tackle another issue. Don't overload them with too many things at once. Make sure you're keeping your requests simple and as possible. And repetition is the mother of skill. You're going to have to communicate it often. You're going to have to remind them. You're going to have to repeat yourself, right? I mean, it is frustrating, but the more you do it, the better off it will be, and you'll see that your kids start developing the habits that you're looking for. Okay? So, number 4. Align the adults. This one is key. We want to make sure that all of the adults are on the same page on what the priority is, and also on how you want to handle the situations that come up. So you want to make sure that all the adults have hashed out any disagreements that come up with the rules and the consequences, and that everybody knows what they're going to live with. It's critical that you enforce the consequences, even when it's inconvenient, because that's where 2 ways that we kind of mess up as parents. Either we tell them there's going to be a consequence, and then it sucks to be us because we have to enact it, and so sometimes we back off of it, or we don't ever just make them actually go through the consequence. And secondly, we overcompensate. So something that should just be like, a timeout for 5 minutes, we're grounding them for a month, or we're taking away their things. So, just make sure you guys have it all hashed out and you kind of know what the scale is. And then you have to be consistent and present a united front. If you're ever in disagreement on how things happen in that moment, you have to present a united front and talk about it after. I know it's the small things, but they turn into big things. All right, so number 5, create opportunities for success. Catch them being good. So start by setting some small goals that your child can easily attain. Focus on that one step until it's achieved consistently, and then add something else. So wherever you're starting, it's easier when you start when they're young, but wherever you're starting, just keep being consistent. So depending on your age and what type of learner they are, you might want to consider making a chart using pictures, giving them a checklist to work from as they do the task, because not everyone is a verbal communicator. And that's something to keep in mind when you're creating the opportunities. Some people are visual. I mean, we're all a mixture of something. So keep trying new ways and different things until you find a way that works with you and your child and your family. Okay? Number 6, allow mistakes and failure without judgment. So if you're a perfectionist, you might want to get help with that now. Chances are high that you're going to either pass that behavior on to your child, or they will feel judged or defeated if they let you down. Let them fail and make mistakes until they get it right without too much pressure. Number 7, teach them what you want them to learn. Now be clear about your expectations. Show your child how to do things. Model for them by doing it in your life. Verbal instructions are often insufficient and they can set kids up for failure. Kids learn different ways. So we don't want to overwhelm them with too many things at once. We want to give them what they need to succeed. So if we give them a list of 5 things and they can't seem to get past 2, then start by giving them a list of 2 things. And then once they're done with those 2, reward them and then give them the next 2. So we can break it down a little bit different for them. And number 8, reinforce what you want more of. Praise them when they do what you want or if they've done something, especially when it's above and beyond what you expected from them. Be very specific about what they did that was so great and so amazing, and tell them that you appreciate it. People, especially kids, love to please us, right? They love to please. And when you tell them how it makes you feel, if you say, that really makes me happy when you do that, you can show them that their actions have an impact on you, positive or negative, and they're going to want to please you more. You'll see. Now, raise the bar. So once they have it, then start teaching them responsibility and hold them accountable for getting it done. So once you know that they have it and you know that they've got the task, then don't accept excuses from them when they don't get it done. So building confidence requires that they successfully achieve their responsibilities. In order for them to achieve it, you have to give them some room to fail, which is the hardest part for parents. So when they don't reach the mark, help them get there. And then praise their progress and encourage them to finish successfully. So we want to raise the bar. We want to raise our expectations. We want to give them some autonomy. We want to let them do it on their own. And you'll hear this. Kids are going through the independence. They go through a few different phases with it. But you're going to hear that. I can do it. I can do it. And most of the time they really can't do it. But we need to give them the opportunity to try and then walk them through how to do it better, if that makes sense. All right. And then number 10, you've got to do the hard stuff. All right. So the hard stuff is the consequences and follow through. So prepare them in advance with what will happen if they do not succeed. So they're not surprised when you actually do it. You got to follow through with what you say. Good, bad, or indifferent, whatever you told them the consequence was, you have to follow through. If they blow it, let them deal with the fallout, even if they're harsh and long-lasting. Like if they fail a class and they have to go to summer school, let them learn that lesson. We all learn the most and the best lessons from our failures. So help them learn the mistakes and then show them how to learn from their mistakes and show them how to use them as tools. Okay? Well, I hope this helped, and I hope that this has given you a plan to get started today. Maybe you can just pick one thing that you can do today and get started. I mean, that's the hardest part, is making some changes in your behavior. But if you feel like you need more help, here are some additional resources for you. Like I mentioned earlier, you definitely can access our free resource library. Completely free. You just have to register with a login, and then you have access to everything that we put up. We're putting stuff up every month. If you want some things in particular, specific, email us, message us, let us know what you're looking for. Just know that you're going to have to create a login. And I put a YouTube video together because that's been kind of throwing people a little bit, that you have to create a login. It's just so that we can get you in our system and make sure that we get you access to everything that we're creating. And then we also are going to be putting on a webinar in the next few weeks. So you can register for our free webinar on, it's going to walk you through how to promote confidence in your kids. We're going to take these concepts, we're going to go a little bit deeper. So it's going to be you examining you and beginning to make the changes or maybe the shifts or acknowledging some of the things that you're doing that you don't know that you're doing. And just kind of give you an evaluation and a plan to put in place. And so if you want to do that, then you can go to this website, register here at https sblive.net, promoting confidence. So I hope to see you there. I hope we can continue to help, and I hope that together we can build some confident, respectful leaders. So thanks for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you soon.